Saving Christmas is a Christmas movie. I really don't know what else to say. This movie starts off with Kirk Cameron saying what he loves about Christmas, which is apparently everything because he lists everything. This is off to a great start. Then he says he loves hot chocolate, with a cup that's obviously empty. They couldn't even be bothered to make a cup of hot chocolate for this? We're not even 2 minutes in and I'm already annoyed. He then rambles on about how some people don't want us to celebrate Christmas and how that's bad for the children. And if you think that's stupid, just you wait. It gets so much worse. There's then this monologue about how stories have been toned down and how heroes have been tamed to be made more jolly. Keep that in mind for later. And 7 minutes in, there's finally the opening credits, which eventually just kind of turn into the same 5 images re-shown from before, and an annoying version of Silent Night playing. But this is the kind of quality you can expect from this movie. 9 minutes in, and we finally get to the party and hear about how Christian, very subtle name there, doesn't like Christmas or something. I've already halfway stopped paying attention to this thing. Why does this camera go behind this plant before changing to the next shot? This is filled with crappy camera work like this and sound issues throughout the entire thing. Kurt starts narrating about why Christian might not like Christmas, and gives like 10 examples when he only needs to give about 3. I swear, he has these 2-minute dialogues just to make some required runtime. We are introduced to the most annoying character, DeAndre, who talks and acts like a cartoon character.
Man, I've had my extra Jesus ever since I was baptized for the second time. You gonna give me some?
And he's complaining about his job taking away Crazy Shirt Fridays and how it's racist. I'm not kidding. He tries to make it a race issue about one group taking things away from another. If you watch closely, you can actually see the moment this guy begins to regret being involved in this movie, but yet he knows it's too late. So Christian just wants to get away for a little bit and goes out to his car. And Kurt goes to find him and just forces him to have a conversation with him, which makes him seem more like an asshole than a concerned friend. He literally says he did this because Christian needs an intervention about liking Christmas. Some people just don't like Christmas. It's fine. So Christian starts rambling and just struggling through his lines about how terrible everything is about Christmas, and how greedy everyone is, and how bad Christmas trees and Santa are, or something, because it all makes Christmas not about Jesus. It's all just whining. Then Kurt tells him he's wrong about everything, he's being selfish, and that he's ruining Christmas for everyone by thinking this way. For the record, no one at this party, other than maybe his wife, is aware that he feels this way or that he went to his car. And get ready for the 3 of the most misconstrued stories you may ever hear. The first Christmas story, of course, is about the birth of Jesus. And this is how it starts.
A manger is a feeding trough, and it's probably going to be carved out of a rock. It's going to be in a cave.
No, it's not. A feeding trough would be in a barn with the animals. Why would someone put a feeding trough in a cave away from where the animals live? And this movie's so dumb that they couldn't even use a nativity scene that was in a cave. But that's probably because there is none.
This was a child that was born into a world where the world power wanted to kill him just for being born.
No, he wasn't. The reason King Harold wanted to kill Jesus was because the wise men told him that the King of the Jews was born, which didn't happen until about a year after he was born.
I want you to think of soldiers surrounding them.
None of Herod's soldiers were at the birth of Jesus, looking to kill him. How would Mary and Joseph protect a baby from a group of soldiers? Is he just making stuff up? Honestly, I could talk about everything that's wrong with these stories, but then this rundown would be longer than the movie itself. So from now on, I'm just gonna hit the worst parts. All of this is to tie into the resurrection of Jesus, which the only thing I will concede he kind of got right was about the swaddling cloth. And Christian has apparently never read the Bible because he just starts agreeing with everything Kirk just said. Then, for who knows what reason, we get more talking about the Friday thing, while the camera gets way too close to their faces.
Cups up.
All right, man, check this out.
I will never understand why his voice changes here. But he just starts going off about the war on Christmas and fluoride causing Asperger's and a bunch of other conspiracy theories that have nothing to do with Christmas, and tries to turn them all into a race issue. I literally don't even know what this movie's message is supposed to be anymore. The first time I saw this, I thought I might just be having a stroke. Alright, what's next?
Christmas trees.
God damn it. They have another way too long conversation about how Christmas trees are bad because they are a pagan symbol and not in the Bible. So the second story is about Christmas trees. And the basis of this is the Garden of Eden had trees, and Adam... Quick side note, Kirk goes out of his way to never mention Eve or the snake in this story, and it makes it seem like Adam was just alone in the garden. It's actually kind of funny. Anyway, Adam stole the fruit from the tree of life and ate it. So, since he ate it, he couldn't make it right by putting it back. So Jesus righted that wrong by dying on the cross because he was the last Adam. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. And that means that by dying on the cross, the piece of fruit that Adam ate was returned to the tree by putting his body on the tree, which isn't even close to why Jesus died on the cross. How do you get one of the main beliefs of a religion wrong? But Christian thinks this crap is just brilliant. For some reason, music just starts randomly playing here, and the only reason I brought it up is because at least it distracts you from this horrible movie. And then Christian says Santa is Satan.
S-A-N-T-A. Rearrange letters. Satan. Santa. Satan. Same letters.
Why did they think this was a good idea? Half this movie is just these two in a car and Christian acting like a 10-year-old and the actor struggling to pretend like he knows how to act. This is why you don't have the movie's director play a main character. Then it starts doing whatever this is. I would think this movie was a joke if Kirk Cameron didn't get so upset when it started getting bad reviews. But back to Santa.
Now, if I tried to show you how this really happened, it'd be a mess.
Well, that wouldn't be any different from the rest of this, so I say we do it. This is kind of the story of Saint Nick. I can't even say it is the story because of how wrong it is. And him not liking that the church at the time wanted to change it so Jesus wasn't the true Son of God. This story focuses on him and Bishop Eris. And according to legend, Nicholas at the most punched him in the face during this argument. But this movie has him practically beating him to death with a staff, and he was never officially made a saint like this claims. And then it shows gifts on a sleigh with reindeer.
We've got gifts to give.
Fuck you, movie. Christian doesn't question anything in any of Kirk's stories, feels bad, and goes inside to apologize. I'm just gonna remind you, no one knows he went to the car. So he runs in like a moron and does this slide, and I'm so sick of this, I don't even know. It then tries to claim that presents under the tree represent a city skyline and the New Jerusalem, and the Christmas tree is the tree of life. Which sounds like someone just said the dumbest thing you could think of as a joke, and they just went with it. I understand what I think the message is that he's trying to deliver here, but it's just delivered in such a terrible way, and with so much wrong information, that it just destroys any message he's trying to deliver.
Remember those soldiers at the Nativity?
No, because there wasn't any. Alright, since the audience hasn't suffered enough, at the end, they decided to add a 4-minute dance scene just to pad the runtime. I'm going to assume this movie's message is that if you don't like everything about Christmas, you're a jerk who's ruining it for everyone. This movie is garbage. Don't forget to do the YouTube stuff. I'm sorry you had to see that.